Alright, so here today I thought I'd talk about something pretty fun because for this game, or specifically a gacha game, or even specifically an idle games love to do collaborations, and I am very curious because this is the sort of game that Marvel's the sort of company also to really stick their hands and put, collaborations together. They love to do that. They love to stick their hands in different pots and be able to kind of do that because collaborations, simply put, make a lot of money for any gacha game you kind of have. They always do great. My question is, and this is why I want to make sure this is completely serious here for the first part of the video, I wonder how will they do collaborations? You have to understand, the summoning system in this game sucks. It really does. Do I have to pull 17 copies of a collaboration hero in order to get them duped out? Is that what I have to do? Realize that within a 2-week time frame of doing that, it is miserable. Let's say they do it where every one copy of the character is perfect enough, then it's fine. I'm very curious. How would this happen? How is everything gonna go? That is the one thing I'm wondering. In this game, can you actually do a collaboration when 17 dupes are required? Let's say you pull the character, but it's 0 dupes. That character's not gonna do anything. So what do you need? Do you need 6 dupes? Do you need 9, 12, 15, 57? Who knows, right? So at that point, I'm still wondering how that aspect's gonna really be taken. But this game could do it right. Let's say they do every 1 copy counts as 2 copies, or collaboration characters are special. You only need 7 copies, right? Some games do that, 7 copies. Grand Cross does 6 copies. Nikkei does 3 plus 7, I think, so 10 copies. So games do different things, right? But this game has 17 dupes required, which is a lot of dupes. So if they were to do a collaboration system, that system will be so screwed. I am curious. So if you have a solution, comment it down below. I am curious what you think they would do, but that's there. But onto the aspect of why I think we will get a collaboration, and relatively within the first, maybe even the first part of this year, rather the end part of this year, before the start of next year, we may get one. Let me talk about that. Let's hop into it. Let's break it down. So to start this off first, I wanted to show this to you, right? So there was at a point where Netmarble's game 7 Nights actually did collaborate with Tower of God. So I don't know if Netmarble originally at this point had the IP for Tower of God. That's why they were able to make this happen, because this happened about 4 years ago, right? When this actually kicked up. So this game has been surviving to this point. Tower of God was an IP, so they just said screw it, let's collaborate. I don't know if it's because they already got the IP, so they said it's easy to do, or if they're recently acquired the IP. Because again, think about it, making a game takes a while, so you could say 2 years developing it, but they could have had the IP obtained 2 years prior to that. So they could have had it, hence why this entire collaboration kicked up. But the game did go and collaborate with their own IP. And this is something that Netmarble likes to do very often. This is what the collab actually looked like. We have the 4 characters. I have no idea who this is, but we Yuri, Agero, right? And then you have Bam over here with his Viol cosmetic, which I saw, which is really cool. So we have this, the Viol version, and then all of these things, right? So they did kick up and they did do a collaboration ages ago with one of their own IPs. That did happen. Again, this being the IP of the 7 Nights thing. Now there were rumors floating around of what's going to happen with this thing. We don't know if it's actually official. There's probably rumors. A lot of games work on stuff but don't actually finish anything. Netmarble's the kind of thing of that also. They really have some old stuff in the files that we thought about for Grand Cross. None of that stuff ever came to light, but again, I do think this game could really handle collaborations properly if they care to. You have to see, they gave the 5 free summons and all this stuff in this newest update, which they've been listening a lot. So for the first ever collab, I hope they do it right. And I do think that they'll do one pretty soon, based off all the information we kind of know about everything in the game. It's first off, it's a gacha thing. They always try to do at least 1 to 2 collaborations a year. For this game, we've already had it for about 2 months now, and within the next 3 months, I'm saying before the end of the year, you might kick into one. Just my 10 cents on the matter. I also wonder how they're going to celebrate half anniversaries, full anniversaries. Grand Cross celebrates so many of those, so I am again curious on that aspect of it. But if they were to grab IPs, they have some great IPs in their hand. So again, they do have 7 Nights. That could be a possibility. They have 7 Deadly Sins, dude. Imagine 7 Deadly Sins at Tower of God. That'd be crazy to me. That'd be sick, bro. Meliodas would be the character. Bon, Escanor, Elizabeth. Oh, nah, I'd genuinely become a whale for this, bro. Beyond that, another IP that they own that I want to mention is King of Fighters. Another thing that can definitely work for them. Another IP being KOF Arena. And again, given this is Tower of God, there really isn't any like competition from other animes that they have to say like, oh, we can't collaborate with you because of, you know, it's kind of messing with our things, right? It's a similar fan base, don't want to like, you know, let all of that happen. So we do have in the aspect of animes a lot of stuff they can go for to make this collaboration really kind of stand out. But again, I am curious what you think about the aspect of even having a collaboration, given that Marvel has literally picked up so many new animes to make gacha games for, that being Solo Leveling. Like, imagine Solo Leveling as a collaboration. Imagine other things in the future, like Shangri-La Frontier, another IP that they went and picked up. But they are the CEOs of cross-promoting their stuff, so that you know it exists. So Seven Knights also just recently launched a brand new idol game, right? So to like get people to try out their other idol game, being the Seven Knights one, or for you to try out their Tower of God one for the people that play Seven Knights. All of that also is like a marketing strategy, right? So for the most part, I see it being one of these things over here, or even just beyond that, a different anime that really would be popular for this. But I do see it being the case that you will see collaborations in this game. If you look at it, KOF does collaborations. A lot of Netmarble games, they always do collaborations. Because again, a gacha game company always does it because it makes a lot of money. It simply does. One of the months for Grand Cross, when it collaborates, is about 7 million, which is a lot of money. With Nikkei, the Chainsaw Man collaboration they did was like, what, 23 million within 2 weeks? That's a lot of money for them, bro. 2 weeks, 23 million. It's pretty freaking good. So you have to realize that they always do this kind of stuff. So for this game, definitely you can expect one. Again, I wonder when. That's the first aspect of it, and how it's handled. Simply put, the game it already has bad systems. So if a collab drops where it's a limited banner, yeah, beyond that also, just so you know, like the main point, I also think that if they were to do a collaboration, they have to do it in like a roadmap 2 months prior. They have to tell you what's happening soon, because theoretically, like, it is like in this game you can earn a lot of currency pretty fast, but like if they want you to do about that many times for a character, they better tell you at least, at like bare minimum, freaking 30 days prior, at least alert you, yeah boys, we're releasing a collaboration soon, so you might want to save your suspendium, right? That's like the big thing too. It's like the only point that I really can't get is if they were to do it, like, you need to dupe out those characters. There is no way you are progressing without duping them out. Like, for example, this character, one dupe, is not really that good. She is still powerful, right? But if you want to climb the tower where people like need to kind of get their character stronger, you need to dupe them out. So will a collaboration character actually be viable in this game? That's the question. So that's something that they really have to work hard on, making sure when they launch it, they allow players to actually do good on summoning. Like, if a new player picks the game and they're trying to pull a character 17 times, are they sticking around? Fudge no. They're not. If they're not pulling that character multiple times, like, bare minimum, they need at least 7-8 copies, right? So that's like the main thing that I'm really curious. If the banner releases, maybe they get like a higher rate up and they release multiple characters, maybe that works. But again, like the currency isn't the problem. The 17 dupes is. Like, imagine 2 characters launch one time. 17 dupes? Let's say one of them's an SSR Plus. We're in for a rude awakening if that happens, right? Again, not that it will. Definitely it won't, but it's funny if that happens. So, like, are they going to be a different rarity? Is it going to be like a different rarity for collaboration characters because they're limited? So you just have to obtain, like, 7 copies, 10 copies. What's that entire thing? But if they were to do it, they got to give a roadmap. They got to at least alert you many days prior to make it work. But there is a lot of potential. The IPs, everything like that. Netmarble as a company can also really get some good stuff here because they can do it. They have some good IPs outside of this game being their own assets and stuff like that. Solo Leveling, KOF, Seven Deadly Sins, Shangri-La Frontier. I don't know what Seven Knights is. I don't care for it, but that exists also. So we'll see what happens. But for the most part, they can cook here, or they can just never do one. This could be one of those games. Again, idle games love collaborations. It is a massive marketing thing. And not even that, Netmarble likes collaborations. It's a massive marketing point. So them not doing it would surprise me. But again, this is purely speculation. We're just talking out loud here to see, would they do it? What do you think? But again, if they were to do one, what do you want? Who do you want? How would you want it? Very curious. So let me know what you think down below. But that's been it from me. Thanks again for watching and enjoying. So take care.